Hi, my name is Mr. Skousma. I'm an instructional coach for Galesburg District 205. This video is intended for parents and students, and it's just going to kind of give you a really brief rundown of Google Slides. So first of all, we just want to open Slides. So I've got my Chrome browser open here, and I'm going to go over here to my 9-dot square, which sometimes people call a waffle, and I'm going to click that. And probably what you're thinking right away is I want to open the slides, I want to make a slide, so I'm just going to go over here and click slides. Well, I actually don't suggest you do that, and I'll explain why in a minute. Instead, what I suggest you do is you click Drive. Now, the reason I said don't just go straight to slides, it's because every time you just go straight to slides or straight to docs and you start making those, what happens is they just fill up down here. They have no organization. They just start filling and filling and filling. And what I've seen is lots of students and adults who have a drive that's just a loose collection of dozens and dozens and dozens of files, and it's a nightmare to keep track of. So what I suggest you do is you kind of have a place for it. So you have some folders that you've made, and then you want to put those in there. So let's just say that I wanted to add this slide I'm going to make, this slide deck, to Classroom. So I'm just going to open the folder I want, and then I'm going to create my Google Slides. And so I just hit the new here and Google Slides. And this is going to open up Google Slides for me, and this file will be in that folder already organized rather than just loose in your drive. The second thing I always suggest people do is to name it. And the reason I say that is because sometimes, you got to leave, walk away, whatever. And when you do that, or you accidentally close the tab you're working on, if you don't name it, it'll just go into your drive, and it'll be called Untitled Document or Untitled Slideshow. And it could be pretty difficult to find because you might have a few of those that you've forgotten to name, and you can't tell the difference between them. So I always suggest right away that you just go ahead and name it something so that if you need to, you can find it. Okay, so here we are in Slides. You might be familiar with PowerPoint. Slides is Google's version of PowerPoint, and instead of a slideshow, it's called a slide deck. And it does some really interesting things. Like all of Google's G Suite for Education that we use here, it automatically saves when you do anything, so you don't need to save it. It'll just do it automatically, which is really nice as well, and it automatically saves it in your drive. Over here on this side, you have sort of like the themes, or like the backgrounds or whatever to choose from. So you can kind of scroll through there to see which one maybe appeals to you, or you can just have like a blank, sort of white one that it defaults to. So let's just say I want to do this kind of orangey one. So I'll click that, and then as you can see, it changes the layout here. And it starts with a default sort of title slide. So you can click here and type in your title and all that. You can also just highlight the box itself and then hit delete and get rid of it. If you want to get a new slide, there's two ways you can do that. You can click Insert, New Slide. You could press Control M on your keyboard, or you can right click down here and put New Slide. So it's a few options there. And you can see only the title slide usually keeps the color. It just depends on the theme, but you can see it did keep the layout, so it follows the pattern, and you could do all that there. You can also insert slide numbers, all kinds of images, text boxes, audio, all that, shapes, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to just I'm just going to drag and make a box and select all these things and delete them, so I can show you how you can add some stuff in here. So let's say I want to make my own text box. So go to Insert, Text Box, and I can drag that into the shape I want and type in there. This is the size of my font. This is the actual font itself, and then you have your bold, italics, underline, just like a word processor. And most of the same types of things you could change if it's centered or left or right. Top of the box, center of the box, bottom of the box. So your typing can start in the bottom of the box. You can make bulleted lists and indent paragraphs, everything you would normally do for that. You can also put in shapes here. So you can either go Insert, Shape, or you could just click the little shape button right here, and it gives you all kinds of shapes you can make, little arrows, all kinds of stuff that you can do in here to make different things. You can also insert images. You can either upload an image that you have from your drive or from your computer, or you can click this interesting search the web, and then you could just search the web here and put in, whatever you're wanting to put in here. This is just a Google image search, so it's the same as going out into a new tab, but you don't have to. It's just right there, and you can drag it in. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do in here, and you can make transitions and change the theme and change the layout, so you can make different types of slides. Like if we wanted to make a slide that has 2 text boxes, or one on the left side, so maybe you want to put a big image over here. There's all kinds of stuff that it has kind of set up for you already, which is neat. So Google Slides is really handy and pretty easy to use. I encourage you to just kind of play around with it. Remember, you can't break Google Slides, and if you make something you don't want, you just delete it out of your drive anyways. It won't hurt anything. But if you have an assignment or something you need to do and you need to use Google Slides, that's the basics of how you do it. It's really easy and it's kind of fun. So good luck.